Hey everybody, welcome to Inside the Force. Dave Cottingham with Hannah Burr. Good evening, Hannah.
Good evening. How are you?
How's Florida?
It's great. It's hot, but it's great.
Hot? Yeah, it's still a little hot here as well. We had a lot of rain come through here too, which hasn't really been fun, but that's Kentucky for you. So you never know. You need a raincoat one day and then a snow coat the next day.
I was just about to say you can experience all four seasons in one day in
Yeah,
Kentucky.
exactly. So thanks everybody for joining us, even though Star Wars is really slow right now, but we do got a couple things to talk about. Of course, thanks to our patrons as always for their support. If you're interested in joining that, of course, patreon.com/InsideTheForce. Go there for some extra content that you can't get on the podcast or right here on YouTube. So check that out, please. And from I don't. It's so fast now. I don't think we missed last week, right? So
We did.
it's been a couple weeks. So let me see if there's any. Yeah, of course, we got our buddy Thrawn talk about what we talked about last time, which was like, these minor characters, whether or not, they should have their own stories.
Yeah.
And whatnot. Thrawn says, I really hope you both start getting back into High Republic. I know there are a lot of novels and comics to catch up on, but it's all written in a way that even if you just read the adult novels, it still makes sense, but I would suggest at least read the adult and the young adult novels and maybe the main Marvel High Republic comic series to get it most out of it. I've read all the adult, young adult, and junior novels as well as all the Marvel and Dark Horse comics. Also listened to a few audio-only books. The only ones I haven't read are the manga ones. I'm sure they're great, but manga is a style that I can't get into. Also, I don't know if my wife can handle even more Amazon deliveries for all the Star Wars content. Thanks again for all you both do. Yeah, that's so. I agree. That's kind of what I usually hit on is the adult novels, some junior novels, and then the comics, the main Marvel series. I haven't really read much of the Dark Horse. That's kind of like the junior versions of the junior novels. But yeah, High Republic is probably something. I mean, now's the time, right? I mean, it's kind of dead, so
What else is there to do?
probably should focus on some High Republic. So we might need to do that. I can start doing that. Finish up on. I mean, I still got to finish phase 1.
I don't think I finished. Did I finish phase? Did I finish phase 1?
I think that was. I think Falling Star might be the last one because that's when Starlight Beacon gets, which I know it gets destroyed. But
Spoiler alert.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't think I did Falling Star yet.
Yeah, so I got to do that. But that's good, Thrawn. That's a lot of good for you getting through all that stuff.
Good for you.
That is huge. Let me check. I don't know if there's any comments on Patreon, other ones, but let's see. No. Yeah, let's see. Same with Brandon says, I'd like to see a Tales of Jedi Sentinels / Palpatine's guards. Guard, the guys in the red cloak armor. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. That's actually a really good idea because you can start with Yoda walking into the Senator Palpatine's room, and all of a sudden they go, and then freeze frame, record scratch. Hi, you might be wondering how I got in this situation.
Right. Yeah. It's like, did you pull that from Robot Chicken? That's what happens to Robot Chicken, kind of.
Oh, I didn't actually.
Oh, you didn't know that? Oh. Have you seen Robot Chicken, the Star Wars Robot Chicken?
Not in its entirety. I've seen clips.
I think it's the best one. I think it's the third one where they call like episode 3, I think. It's where it's Return of the Jedi. It's all about Palpatine. It's Return of the Jedi, and Darth throws him down, the reactor, and it's kind of like that. It like pauses. He's like, how did I get here, kind of thing, and it shows like the whole history
had no
of Palpatine.
idea.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what it meant when you said that. That's funny. Darth S&M says, I am about done with the High Republic novels. I read the adult and young adult. The junior novels are a little tough as they are geared towards below 12 years old kids. I want to read the comics and will eventually. I think I have the last book left to read. It is all so good. So,
okay.
Got to get into it, I guess.
Yeah. Back into it.
Got to make sure I get it. Yeah. I mean, we got the time. I need to, it's not going to be talking about a series till next year, surprisingly. So yeah, a little bit to kind of go over before we get into our main thing, which is Andor getting a bunch of Emmys.
Yes.
So I want to talk a lot about that. But first, I wanted to mention it took me a little while, Hannah, but, and this is not that big of a deal, but it's kind of a big deal. So for me anyway, because it took a little while. But prior to now, you can experience Inside the Force as a podcast. Well, from the beginning, as always, a podcast.
Yeah.
And then right around I think it was actually episode 240, because we're on 477 right now. Episode 240, we started putting them on YouTube. We started doing videos, right?
Okay.
Kind of like what we're doing now. But back then, it was pre-COVID, obviously. So there, they didn't really have a lot of online podcast, forums like we do with Riverside right now. So we had, me and Casey met in person. We had a camera set up, and we videotaped just a 2-shot and put that up on YouTube as just an option to start growing the channel, see if we can do anything. So prior to 240, if you wanted to listen to old shows, you had to go on the podcast. So YouTube recently had a thing where you can connect your podcast. And so that when you connect your feed, so that when you create a show, it automatically goes to YouTube now.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Now, I don't do it, though, because I edit the show a little bit and put, bumpers on it and stuff like that. You'd have to do you'd have to take it as is, which is just a raw recording if you did it that way. Mm-hmm. Now, I think you can go in there and edit, but I don't have, it's easier for me to do it on my stuff and then get it up there. Anyway, but it does pull the entire back catalog as well. So it pulled all of our old episodes up there.
What?
Yeah. Now it doesn't, since they weren't video, it just kind of creates a video with the logo,
right.
The Inside the Force logo on it. So you can hear us. So now what I'm saying is that, but I had to go in, and because it took it from the podcast feed, there were podcast notes in there and stuff like that. So I had to go in 239 episodes and update the description, update the so it's YouTube language and all that, and then tag them, and I created thumbnails for them all, actual thumbnails. So what I'm saying is that now all 477 episodes are actually on YouTube now.
Amazing.
And everything prior to 240 are just the audio, but everything 240 and on is video. And there's a couple ones that we didn't do videos, or they're just audio only, but there's some images up there. So anyway, but they're all, the whole episode, the whole catalog is now on there. So
that's awesome.
There you go. So if you go to the playlist and you go on the Inside the Force, you'll see there's this 477, and you can listen to your heart's content. So anyway, I thought that was I've been working on that for few months now. So I'm actually
I
really...
have to imagine you had to go through over 200 episodes to fix.
Yes.
That takes time.
So I had to, because the titles, I title them different in YouTube than I do in the podcast. So, because in the podcast, I just list, it just says episode, like this one, it says episode 477, the title. In YouTube, it's Inside the Force, episode 477, and the title, right? So it doesn't have Inside the Force on the podcast because you're listening to the podcast, right? It's
right.
Like it's Inside the Force. So I wanted it to be able to, and so on YouTube, I think it's better to have the Inside the Force in the title, so it was searchable and all that stuff. So I had the base description of one of them. I copied it, so I had to open up each episode, paste the description with all the, the language and the links and then I had to change the name and then save, and then upload the thumbnail. I had to make 239 thumbnails. So anyway, it was fine. It was fun. It's whatever I did.
It's done now.
It's done now, and I'm done. That's it. So we're caught up. All good. And then I went ahead and made, because our thing now, Hannah's on the Patreon. Since I do, I'm doing content on exclusive to Patreon. So the stuff on YouTube, like Beyond the Sagas and in Council Sessions, obviously those are free on YouTube to watch. Mm-hmm. But I am releasing those early on Patreon.
Yes.
And I wanted to go ahead and do, we had done, if you remember, we had done like, I think it was only 3 of them. We only did, back in the day, we did 3, we did 2, and I did a couple with Martin on the council system. We did some Patreon only, like Beyond the Sagas and stuff like that. But those are really good, so I went ahead and made them public on YouTube as well.
Yay.
They were the War of the Bounty Hunters series that we did, and then Phasma.
Yes.
Which I thought the Phasma one was really good. So anyway, you can go check all those out on YouTube.
Yes, you can. Now you can.
Now you can. It's all there. It's all there. I don't even know if any of the old ones will even get play. In fact, I was kind of looking at that real quick. I doubt anybody's ever going to go back and listen that far back, but
some people may.
If you want to, I mean, obviously we covered everything back, because we started this podcast all the way back when Lucasfilm was purchased by Disney. So we got all the stuff leading up to episode 7 and the new novels coming out, and there's quite a bit of discussions. Let me see. Yeah, there's a couple. There's a few plays here and there.
There you go.
Nothing big. It's old, but I will say I'm extremely proud, Hannah, that on the podcast, because and that's the thing too, is on those episodes you'll hear our podcast opening, which is our buddy Mike,
yes,
doing the intro, and that is the same. We've had the same intro since episode 1.
I mean, it still works.
And I don't know if I intentionally did this, but it's funny because if you remember, I don't know if you remember hearing it in a while, but at the end, Mike says, 2 exceptional geeks. So it's like, we're still 2 exceptional geeks, right? Even though you're taking place of Casey, my original co-host. So it still fits, it still fits. But kudos to Mike. I'm so happy he's our voice, because I love the guy.
It's great.
For those of you guys don't know, Mike Friedman is a gentleman Hannah and I have worked with for years.
Yeah.
And he is one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. He's retired now, and
he took me under his wing. Such a great guy.
Yeah. Extremely talented guy. Okay. So there you go. Just wanted to give everybody a little update on that. Mm-hmm. The only other bit of news I wanted to mention, which was pretty odd, because I actually been playing Outlaws a little bit, Star Wars Outlaws.
Okay.
Because I finally was able to download, sit down, and do the new DLC that came out, which was about Hondo, and it's called Pirate's Fortune. And I just actually finished it the other day. Pretty cool. But the CEO of Ubisoft recently came out and said that the sale numbers for Outlaws were pretty low. Like they were down.
Mm-hmm.
And this was his comment. He said on basically what the reason was. He says, "We didn't reach our sales targets. The game suffered from a number of items. First, it suffered from the fact that it was released at a time when the brand that it belonged to was in a bit of choppy waters." So basically, he's somewhat blaming the brand, the state of Star Wars at the time for, Now, I think this came out towards the end of last year, did it not? I think it was like October I remember it being like October or November I believe, of last year.
August 30th.
August, yeah. So end of August. So almost a year, and we had just gotten through Acolyte, I believe. So I think that's kind of what he's referring to.
I don't think you can blame it on that, though, because you're talking about the Acolyte, which is in a completely different time period than the game. You're talking about a TV show versus a game. Two different time periods. I don't think you can blame. Like, I think it's just, this is just my opinion and mine alone. I think when you say open world game, a lot of people went into the game thinking it was going to be one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like Skyrim.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that. So I think that's why.
That's true.
That's why people, like, sales are down. Is that because, like, I guess if you have open world as a certain definition, then it does follow under that. But I think a lot of people were expecting something like Skyrim in a Star Wars universe, and because the game didn't meet that expectation. But once again, it's the difference of definitions.
Yeah, and that's a big key, I think, because so, like, technically I'm done with the game. Like, I did all the missions. I did this DLC. And like right now, when you go under your journal and you look for missions, there's no missions, but there is a ton of stuff that I can still do.
Right. So under that
definition, does that mean open world?
I think it just depends. Like, once again, something like Skyrim, you get to customize your character. You get to actually, like, and arguably you get to choose, like, which syndicate you decide to, like, fully support. So technically it is open world, but something like Skyrim, there are a million options for your character. You even get to create your own character. You get to pick your own partner. You get to pick your own companion. You could even build a house if you wanted. And then you could pick your own, and there are a million different adventures. So I guess the thing is, some people were expecting something with a little more freedom with story versus something that, yes, there's freedom, but there's also structure. I think I think technically it is open world, but not, like, as I keep on going back to Skyrim, because I know when I first heard about the game, I thought it was going to be something like Skyrim. My husband even thought it was going to be something like Skyrim, but it's not. But it's still technically open world. So once again, I think it boils down to, what is your definition of open world?
Yes. Yeah. Which is odd, because I wish they would just have a reason, a definition, and just stick with it.
Yeah.
For games. I mean, you truly can't. I mean, let's be real. You can't have like a full open world game because there's limitations to the size of the game.
Yeah.
And the amount of code you can actually, put into the game. Like, Star Wars, right? You can't, at least not yet. You can't go to. There's no way you would be able to travel to 2,000 worlds.
Right.
It's physically impossible because there's no amount of space in the game unless you're somehow just copying worlds, but there's no fun in that, right? So now there is a game, again, I haven't played it, but I guess that game called Starlight or
I've heard a lot of good things about that. I think that's the name of it.
And you can go, apparently you can go to like a
Starlight.
lot of different places. Starlight. Is it Starlight?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Does it say how many places you can travel to? Because I've heard you can, I want to say thousands, but I can't, that might be speaking out of turn. If it seems like you can go to so many different worlds there, over different planets. But I believe that game, maybe it's built more on a server and there's just more space to be able to truly travel around and do things. But
I'm not finding an exact number of places.
Yeah, I just heard it's a lot. And
right.
I get that. I mean, I get depending on, there's ways to do it. I guess if you could, you can, I don't know much about game technology, but the amount of information that you could pack in there, you can cheat it certain ways, right? Because some things you have restrictions and, areas you can't, you just gotta, like you go to a big planet and, you land on a place that has a big cliff, keeps you from exploring the planet, right? Because you can't go anywhere. So it's like, there's limitations you can create to maybe shrink the size of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But similar to Star Wars, right? Like Outlaws, you can land on like to Tatooine. I can go to certain areas of Tatooine, but I can't go around the entire planet.
Right. Meanwhile, with something like Skyrim, because there was one time I was playing and I was like, oh, I want to try this storyline. And then all of a sudden I'm like, wait, why? I thought I was good at deception. Why did that not work? Oh, they're all attacking me. Why do they have so many hit points? And that's when I was like, yeah, I'm not supposed to go here yet.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But that's the restriction, right? In Outlaws, when you get in your ship and you take off, you can't control the takeoff because then you'd be able to fly around the planet. You don't control it until after it leaves the atmosphere, right? So that would be true to me. That would be truly open world, that I can fly around the planet and land where I want, right? To me, that means open world, but maybe that's not what game definition open world means.
I mean, technically in Skyrim, you can fast travel, but you can also walk. And as you walk, you run into bandits, you run into creatures.
But are you restricted by the map at all?
You are eventually restricted, but
okay.
It's huge.
And it's only one planet, right? It's only takes place on one thing.
It's one continent.
It's not like a space thing.
Yeah.
See so that open world I think is a lot easier. Almost like Red Dead Redemption. I feel like I hear is more open world too. Like you can travel, you can jump on your horse and travel wherever you want. That makes it easier because you're restricted, by a certain landmass. When you start doing sci-fi and you're flying all over the galaxy, it gets very hard. So anyway, I interpret open world as free to make choices to go wherever you want to go and not be affected by a campaign. Like you can do a campaign, but once that's over, like right now, there's so many places where I can go. Like I walk around the city, and then there's a guy that wants me to do a job, or I can go here and get a job. I can talk to this broker and go work for the huts. That at that point I can just do whatever I want, go work with whoever syndicate I want. To me, I guess that's what open world means in Star Wars. So I'll take it. That's fine.
Yeah,
it's fun. It's not really. I like the campaign world. I like going through a story. So I have to be, which I never really am. I was about to say I have to be really bored, but I'm always doing something. But if I do have some time, I want to just sit down and chill, and just playing around, running around is not really my thing. But I do have this thing where I do want to complete something. Like I like completing games.
Right.
But I don't know because it doesn't really. This one doesn't give me like a percentage, so I don't know how far I'm even. Can I really truly do everything? I don't know. We'll see.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah, I don't have the time. Plus, I want the next. I want the next game. There's so many other Star Wars games that they keep talking about. I want to play those. Have you? You haven't even started Outlaws yet, have you?
No.
Yeah. It is really good though. At least the campaign part of it and going around. But I think to me it feels like Jedi Fallen Order. You're just not a Jedi, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good once you get the skills and you're able to get more abilities and things like that. So
Okay.
anyway, sales were bad on Outlaws. So who knows if we're gonna get a second one or not? But you can.
I have another thing in news.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Look who landed at Batu.
Oh, that's right. Can you buy those, or are they just walking around?
Oh no, they're just walking around.
So they're not in the Droid Depot yet?
No, that is so
I'm saying you can't go in the Droid Depot and build those.
No.
Yeah.
As far as I'm aware, no.
I was about to say I'm doing that next time I go.
The little BDXs.
Yes. That's awesome.
We saw them. The show is absolutely adorable.
Oh, they do a little show?
Yeah, it's like a little 15-minute show.
Okay.
And they each have a different personality, and they're so cute.
That's nice.
So, anyway, in minor news, the BDXs are now in Batu in Disney
Walking around
World.
Batu in Disney World, yes.
And they have times throughout the day at different locations in Batu.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Yeah, I saw something else too today. They announced which I'm sure you already knew. They announced the changes to Hollywood Studios, where the animation part, so Launch Bay is basically going away. That was kind of the first Star Wars thing that they put in Hollywood Studios, which was really crazy at the time. I think that was 2015, 2016 when I first went. And they had opened it, and you could walk through. They had all these models in there, and they had obviously meet and greets with Chewbacca, which my daughter loves. It's like the best picture I got with her walking with Chewbacca. And at the time, they had Jawas walking around in there, and you can trade with them, which was so fun. My girls loved it. They were so upset they couldn't do that because even the next year when we went, they got rid of that already.
Well, that's actually carried on from Star Wars weekends.
Right.
Because during Star Wars weekends, Jawas would walk around and they would have junk, and you'd be like, "Oh, could I trade this for this?" And they're like,
I know, it was so fun.
They even had the Cantina band walking around, and they would just randomly play in front of people. Like it.
Yeah,
it's great.
That's fun. So more changes coming to Hollywood Studios, which. I feel like when that gets done and Monsters gets done, I mean, that's going to be it could be my favorite park. It's surprising it's not even my favorite park.
I was about to say, what is your favorite park?
Oh, Epcot's my favorite park. Yeah. Even though there's not that many rides there, but just the food and the atmosphere. I mean, I love the water and walking around there. It's just, when you got everything clicking like Test Track and Guardians and even Ratatouille. I mean, it's just a great area.
I saw somebody post this question, and I'd love to hear your answer to it. It's a little bit of a sidebar. Would you rather, when you go to Disney, have all the free food you want? You would never have to pay for any food that you got, no matter how much it cost. Or would you rather have free merchandise? Any piece of merchandise you wanted was free, no matter the cost. Which would you rather?
Merch.
Yeah,
because I don't really eat that much when I'm there.
Oh, okay.
So, because I'm always on the move, we're always doing stuff. So you barely get time to catch food, but we always buy merch. We always get merch. I get Yeah, I go overboard on merch sometimes. So free merch would be really, really crazy. Yes.
Okay,
Why?
interesting.
You think food gets answered more?
Food,
Really?
really.
Okay, interesting.
I just well, also because like I I'm gluten free, celiac,
Yes.
so to be able to know for a fact that I'm in a place that truly takes care
Yeah.
of my of allergies.
Yes.
Like there's not because restaurants you never know. You
Yeah.
never
Yeah. Yeah. Of
know.
course. Of course.
So for me, also saves money on groceries then. You don't have to because I live in Orlando. I don't have to pay. I don't have to go get groceries anymore. I just would eat free food.
Yeah. Well, true. Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was just I just was curious what your answer would be with that.
Oh, I'm sure my wife would say merch too.
Oh, she definitely
No
would.
doubt. Yes. Yeah. No doubt. I thought you were going to say, you know what I thought you were going to say? I thought you were going to say free food or unlimited, like fast pass rides. Like,
That would be an interesting one too.
yeah,
All
because
right,
that's hard. Because that's hard.
throw that one in there too. Merch, food, fast pass.
Well, I would probably go to the merch all the time. I think I would because you can't because there's so many parked exclusive merch that you can't get anywhere else. So when you
That is
go, it's
true.
like I got to get that. I got to get that. You know. But if you just said food and rides, ooh,
That is tough.
that's a
Oh
tough one.
no. I think I still go food.
You would go food.
I think
I think I would go rides. I think if I didn't have to pay for fast pass and I can just go, or lightning lanes as they call them. But that's a tough one though, because food. Yeah, that's a tough one. I think I'd lean towards the lightning lanes though. So, as other news, Andor has been nominated for 14 Emmys, including Outstanding Drama Series for 2025. Now, I want to go through these real quick and then mention some things that a lot of people are saying about this.
okay.
For one, so like I said, Outstanding Drama Series, Outstanding Production Design for a narrative period or fantasy program. You got Outstanding Cinematography for a series, Outstanding Fantasy Sci-Fi Costumes, Outstanding Directing for a drama series. Now that was specifically for Who Are You, which is I think the big
Yes.
episode of at Gorman, right?
Right.
All these are pretty much Who Are You. Outstanding Picture Editing, Who Are You? Outstanding Music Composition, Who Are You? Outstanding Original Music and Lyrics, Who Are You? Outstanding Guest Actor in a Drama Series, that was Saul Guerrero. Forrest Whitaker as Saul Guerrero for I Have
Aw.
Friends Everywhere. Yep. Outstanding Character Voiceover Performance, Alan Tudyk for Who Else Knows. Outstanding Sound Editing for Who Are You? Outstanding Sound Mixing for Who Are You? Outstanding Visual Effects in a season or a movie. And then Outstanding Writing for a drama series, and that was for Welcome to the Rebellion, which was, I think, the Mothma speech episode.
Yep.
And then, like you said before we started recording, The Acolyte actually got nominated.
It did.
One nomination for the episode Night for Outstanding Sound Editing for a comedy or drama series. So, great that Andor got 14 Emmy nominations. What's not so great,
Oh no.
and this was brought up by the creator, Tony Gilroy, and some others, is the lack of acting nominations. Do you
Yeah,
feel
that's a
like there
good
should have
point.
been more acting nominations?
Oh, absolutely.
Hands down, right?
Oh yes.
So who would you nominate? Again,
Yeah,
don't say all of them, but
I was like, everyone? Genevieve for Mon Mothma.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Diego for Cassian. And then I also think Big. No. Wait. What's her? Bix.
Bix.
The actress who was Bix. Those would be the three I would say need to be nominated for their acting.
Who I will say, I want to say, make sure I say her name. I think it's Andrea. I can't remember. I don't think I can ever pronounce her last name.
You're braver than me.
I just heard it the other day, and it was like really weak.
Adria Arjona?
Arjona? Yeah, I think that's right. Adria Arjona, right? Yeah. Anyway, she's big time in the news right now because apparently she's a front runner for to be the next Wonder Woman.
Oh, good for her.
In the DC world. So I would definitely, Bix, here's the thing. She was definitely good. Part of me, no, she was good. She definitely deserved it.
And then also,
I feel like though she was really good too in the first season, which towards those episodes where he saves her, but she wasn't in kind of the later half of that. So, but she definitely deserved that. I think you're right. I think Genevieve.
And then Denise Gough
yeah,
as Deidre.
Yeah, Deidre. I'm surprised Deidre didn't get a nod. You're right. That's surprising. Now, I mean, Luthen.
He's great too, but if I had to pick four.
Stellan Skarsgård, right?
Yeah.
If you had to pick how many?
If I had to pick four, it would be those four.
Which ones? Deidre,
Bix, Mon, and Cassian. Because it's so hard because the acting in this series is phenomenal.
Right.
There's not one that I was like, oh, that doesn't land right, or that feels fake, or it's all spectacular. But I wonder if it goes back to the fact of, Marvel movies, Star Wars movies, they don't really get nominated for the acting, even though the acting's spectacular. Well, I think Black Panther's the only exception we have because it was nominated for Best Motion Picture. But outside of that, it's all about the costumes. It's all about the effects. It's all about the music. It's never about the acting itself.
I know.
So I wonder if there was just a little bit of bias there. Because, let's be honest, let's look back over everything Star Wars put out. You can't tell me that none of those people deserve at least a nomination. There are so many that deserve it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Nominations, you should at least get a nomination for some of these.
You absolutely should.
But nominations are big for careers, and if this is up for, and I would guess that it could be a favorite to win Outstanding Drama Series. I don't know what it's up against necessarily, but
let's see.
But if it's so good to get a nomination for a drama series, that's probably because of the acting.
Exactly. So that's my thing too.
What?
My thing too is that if you're saying it should win Outstanding Drama Series, that includes directing. That includes the acting. That includes every aspect. So absolutely. It's up against The Diplomat, Paradise. Wait, hang on. That's Google AI. I want to make sure I'm actually looking at the right list.
Yeah, Paradise came out last year. So
The Diplomat. No, Paradise. The Diplomat, The Last of Us, Paradise, The Pit, Severance, Slow Horses, and The White Lotus.
Okay. I haven't seen a lot. I've seen some of those. I've seen Paradise. I've seen Last of Us, and obviously Andor. I haven't seen the others. I heard good things about Severance, but I've also heard it's very difficult to watch.
I've heard that Severance is not for the faint of heart.
Yeah. It's just very odd,
Yeah. It's
very creative,
unique.
but very odd. But Last of Us, that was
Last
season
of Us
2.
deserves it.
I mean, yes, but I don't think it's going to win. I think Andor has a shot, definitely.
Yeah.
I think it definitely has a shot. I think it's better than Paradise. Paradise is really good, but I think it's better than Paradise.
The only other one I've seen on that list is The Last of Us.
Yeah.
I don't think The Pit has a shot. I'm surprised that one actually made the list.
Yeah, I don't even know what that's about.
It's a medical drama, I think.
Oh.
Right?
I don't know.
It is. It's a medical drama.
Medical drama.
In a Pittsburgh hospital. That's why it's called The Pit.
The Pit. Oh.
It's in Pittsburgh.
That makes sense. Okay.
I think I need to go to bed. Oh my gosh, I never connect.
Just like Philly Homicide is in Philly.
Subtle plug there, man.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of get your thoughts on because I did when I read those nominations that did pop in my head as well was where are the actors?
And it popped up in my head too, but at the same time I'm like, yeah, I kind of expected that. Because once again, look over the years.
Yeah, but this is different. This is a different series.
I know. mean, but still, it's Star Wars.
To nominate it for, like we keep saying, best drama series, you're categorizing this kind of like The Last of Us. Last of Us is a video game, and they made a series out of that, and a really good one that it's up for best. And Andor is, comes from this Star Wars world that usually doesn't get nominations for much. I mean, the original Star Wars was up for Best Picture, but that was because no one ever seen anything like that before. It wasn't really because of the story necessarily, but it was just a breakthrough in cinematography and visual effects and everything. Obviously, it didn't win, but that's kind of like what this is. It's like this is more of a drama series than it is a sci-fi Star Wars series, right? Because it could be anything. It could be set anywhere and more real world kind of thing. And I think that's what makes it more attractive. But these actors, man, it was so well done.
It really was.
I mean, Forrest Whitaker got a nomination for not even being in it that much. I mean, you can argue that Krennic should have gotten, like, the scenes he was in was pretty powerful, pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But either way, I think Deidre should have gotten one.
Absolutely.
Genevieve should have gotten. Of course, Andor, Diego, that would have been massive for him.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see if they win. Hopefully they do. I don't know when the actual Emmys will be announced, but
we'll see.
We'll see. I know the Emmy Awards. Obviously, this is more national. They're having regional Emmys right now. They just had one up here close to Cincinnati last weekend. So I'm sure it's coming up, but we'll see. Hopefully, good luck to the Star Wars team there.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Will be pretty amazing if The Acolyte actually wins an Emmy.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah. Okay, that is it for this episode of Inside the Force. As always, thanks for joining, Hannah.
As always, thank you, Dave.
Yeah, we're different. No, well, at least we're same time zone still. Different parts of the country, but still working, getting you guys out some episodes, even though it's really slow in Star Wars, but it helps to get some news like this. So, all right, everybody. Of course, Thanks to our patrons, as always. If you're interested in supporting the show there, patreon.com/Inside the Force. Check out all of our extra content on YouTube as well. And then, of course, we're on all the podcast feeds. And like I said, you can get all the stuff, all the podcast episodes on YouTube now if you want to just listen us back and go there. But the podcast is always a great place too. So, all right. Have a great week, Hannah. See you next week.
See you next time.
Take care, everybody. We'll see you next time. May the Force be with you.